Hi everybody, it is Tuesday the 10th of August and it is about damn time that I organized my pantry. It is a hot mess, both because I've just been shoving shit in there and because there's a bunch of empty containers. It's a mess and I'm gonna take care of it. I'm only working on the lower half of my pantry with the pull-out drawers. Today I will work on the rest of my pantry at a different time, but that will also be in a video. If you're interested, make sure to leave a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below. So first things first, I am going to dump this whole thing onto my island. I'm going to then sort everything that I have to make sure that I kind of have it in the stuff that I need, then make a plan for where everything's gonna go, then put it all back in nice and neat. I have some containers, of course I'll talk about those. Most of them came from my house in California. I told this story before that I invested in some of those OXO pop containers over time. Like, they're expensive, so it took a little while to build them up, but we had a pantry moth infestation in Napa and I will never go through that again. Unless, of course, I have to. So we'll start with the dumping and the sorting. I don't know if I'm proud to note or just being honest that most of the stuff I'm unloading from the pantry is snack foods. We moved into this house less than a month ago. The kids only just got here about 10 days ago. And when the kids got here was the first time I decided to actually shop for like real food, because our truck didn't get here until like the 25th or something. And so we didn't even have stuff to cook with. It's not really something I'm super ashamed about. Like, shit, we all get things that we gravitate towards when we're stressed, and for me, Twinkies and Madeline cookies are one of those things. But there's other random shit in this pantry as well. You'll see me showing off the bags of like antibacterial wipes and bars that we had in our cars when we were driving from California to Denver. I've also already put a bunch of things into the OXO containers in preparation for doing this, mainly because when I did my shopping, I thought it would be easier just to get it all done at once. The other thing that you'll see here is a bunch of pet food and pet items, because we have all of that in here and I think I want it to stay that way. Also, if you see my butt crack, sorry, not sorry. As I start sorting here, you're gonna notice I'm putting a lot of things into bins that haven't been in there already, and I'm sorting by like snacks versus meal food versus lunch stuff, and of course the pet food. One thing that you'll notice also is that I did use one skinny container for like snack bars and granola bars. That's actually meant for the fridge, but I wasn't using it yet because honestly, I'm still kind of adapting to having a side-by-side fridge rather than like an old school freezer on top kind of fridge, and I'll be honest, it's a learning curve that I haven't quite mastered yet. I will talk about the containers in a second, but I want to just make sure that these things are visible, because what happens with my family is that if you can't see it, they assume it's not there, and rather than go looking for it, their lazy asses will just bitch that there's nothing to eat. Let me know in the comments if you can identify with this. Something else that I decided to grab was some nutritional yeast. This is actually new for our family, but Kat was interested in it, and I decided, why not? Let's give it a try. The worst that could happen is that it's gnarly, it's like $3 wasted, and I'm gonna have to compost it. This seems like a good time to talk about the containers I'm using. So the majority of them are these OXO pop containers. You can get them from Target, you can get them on Amazon. I get most of them at Target, and I have them in a variety of sizes. Not only do I have the ones with these pop tops, this is chia seeds, this is nutritional yeast, but I also have like the cereal containers. I've got other sizes, and these are just mainly to get things out of plastic or cardboard and into a container because of this aforementioned pantry moth infestation. I just don't want to deal with it again. And there's Kat. Kat's not going in the pantry.
I can if I want.
Have you ever wanted to use nutritional yeast?
I've heard it's pretty good.
So have I. So I got some. That's what this stuff is.
Oh, nice.
All right. And these are chia seeds for the overnight oats.
They get like gelatinous. It's fun.
Yes. Anyway, so I'm starting to arrange this container that I put all the bars in. These are just bars we all snack on. It's called Interdesign, and I got these ones and some wider ones from Home Goods when I recognized that I needed a few different shaped bins. The only purchase I've made for the pantry here in Denver. I'm going to talk about these tiki sticks in an upcoming video. They are like Go-Gurts for cats, except they're nasty gravy, but we buy a shit ton of them because they are the easiest way to sneak meds into Loki. These beet chips are one of Kat's absolute favorite things from Trader Joe's, and when you have a teenager who sometimes struggles with food, having something that they absolutely love available to them is really, really important. Now, the first thought I was having when I was putting these other cat treats into this container was that I could just shove them in there and it'll keep them fresh. But then I decided that it would actually be better to just dump all of the similar ones, all the open packages together into there, and then I just threw the other section. These are Shameless pet treats. I don't remember, I think that's what the brand is called. They are the only cat treats we've found besides the tiki sticks that don't make Loki puke. I've also got prescription cat food, some cat supplies, and Loki's meds and fluids are all going to just go in the bottom together for pet things. Now I'm trying to really sort things into how I want them in the pantry. Dinner items together, snack items together, breakfast items together. I usually make a spot for lunch, but as A, our pantry is not fully stocked yet, and B, I'm still not sure exactly how it's going to work out. I don't know if I'm going to separate lunch into its own thing or if I'm just going to have like savory foods or breakfast. I don't know. I'm just separating things sort of the way I know people grab for them in the hopes that, like I said, they'll actually recognize that food they want to eat is in the pantry and they'll eat it instead of us having to toss it because it went bad because nobody in my family is willing to actually dig for things. And then there's the bread. Bread is a struggle with me. I never can figure out how I'm supposed to store it. Okay, categories we've got here. Bread, which is its own category in this house apparently. We've got breakfast stuff, snack stuff, which is the biggest category because that's what I've been buying since we've been in this house. And then like dinner, lunch, cooking kind of stuff. And then the pet food, which is the pet stuff, which is gonna go on the bottom shelf, but I think I'm gonna move some of, I don't know what else I'm gonna put down there, but I wanna be able to put stuff down there because I feel like we're gonna need to utilize this space. So let's take a look at the pantry and see kind of how I wanna organize this. I've got 4 kind of even shelves here. They're all pretty tall. I can't really move them, but they pull out, so it'll work out fairly well. I think the only one that's not super tall is this top one here. So this could be an interesting sort of thing. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put breakfast stuff and lunch stuff here, and then snacks and things we want easily accessible here, and the bottom will be pet food and whatever else needs to go down there, and then cooking stuff and any spillover cooking stuff like rice or spaghetti, which needs to be on the taller shelf, will go here. Maybe what I'll do is do cooking stuff, lunch stuff, breakfast stuff, or something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna just start organizing and we'll see what happens. I tried to use the other bigger Interdesign container for my bread, but I'm gonna just need to get a bigger container for the bread, but for now I'm just leaving it in there. I will use that bigger container for like gnocchi and boxes and things of pasta, I think is what I'll do once I have got anything for the bread. I was just at Target to get more hangers for Cat too. Damn it. I think the key here is gonna be to train my family to pull the shelf out if they're looking for something, because normally I just have to keep it. Loki, none of that, nope. He's trying to tear our new couch apart. Loki, meow meow, give it a rest. He's like, you just emptied all my treats into something, that means I want them. Anyway, you know, I'm so used to having to keep everything towards the front so that they'll be able to like find it, but I need, maybe put a sign in here that says pull the drawer out if you're looking for something. So for this shelf, I've got kind of just some spot for these cooking things in the back. I've got these easy access things people sometimes have for breakfast here. I put the peanut butter and the cereal and the Marmite in the front, and then the stuff that we use to make oatmeal and overnight oats in the back, again, to remind people to pull the shelf out. This is not a totally packed pantry, and I'm totally fine with that. And so then this shelf is all snacks for right now, all of our like chips and crackers, Goldfish, Cheez-Its, Triscuits, the beet crackers from Trader Joe's, as well as popcorn for Jessie. And my Twinkies, don't judge me. And so what I'd like to do on this bottom shelf is get the pet food there and have half of it empty for when I start working on the top half of the pantry, which is not going to be today. As you can see, it'll leave me some space for right now. There is one thing I forgot to add to the pantry, and that is onions and potatoes, which I want to have on separate shelves. I have room for them. what I'll probably do, let me move some things around. I have them in baskets, but you're supposed to technically store them away from each other, but in the dark. I just figured 2 separate shelves, that'll be the business. So let's see if I can do this. All right, I have room for the onions and the potatoes. I left a space here for the new bread box and a space for the pasta. So let's just take a look overall. Top shelf, bread, cooking stuff, and onions. If you're wondering where my spices, my baking stuff, all of that, and then all of our like tea and everything are gonna be in different cupboards. That'll be in a later video. Breakfast, and then more cooking overflow. The snack, like if you look at all this stuff, the thing I need to buy least of is snacks, except for maybe some more popcorn for Jessie. And then pet stuff and extra space. Because up here's got more stuff to do. And these containers, these are for my drawers. Again, upcoming video. So that is my pantry organization. Thank you for coming along with me. If you like this video, please like it, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment below letting me know something that always has to be in your pantry, regardless of how clean it is, thing you always need to be able to find. For me, it's bread, especially sourdough. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, peace.